Go.
What's good, YouTube? It's me, your boy Squiddy, back in with another video. So today at Vancouver Regionals, we played a fun new concoction for Tearlaments. We scrubbed out, but it was still really fun, so I thought it would be really good content for you guys to check out. Yeah, without further ado, I guess we just dive into the deck. So the person that actually created this deck was my friend Anthony Ackroth. He's like my testing partner for a couple of years, and he had like a lot of crazy ideas. Originally in the Tearlaments format, he found that Vision Hero Vion is like one card Beatrice, but obviously it was just no point in playing those cards at the time when everything's at 3. But now that they're not anymore, it really makes the deck fill in that void for missing Kick Howls by being able to make Beatrice really easily. So yeah, 3 King of the Swamp, obviously it's just like very, very powerful. Kind of want to play more, like Beast King of the Swamp is also good, but yeah, so that Tears, Happiness, Shirin, Merly, and then 2 Rhino. You can kind of play 1, but the problem is a lot of times it gets banished and cast hero or like by runic cards. So 2 is really, really important to make Kaleido Heart with. But you don't really want to draw it all the time. It's not a very good starter. And then just one of each of the millers. I didn't play the shufflers because I felt like cast heroes everywhere, so I sided them instead. And then these are just so good that you have to play them. And then for the spicy part is the hero engine. So we play 3 Vion, 3 Malicious, Shadow Mist, Denier, and Celestial. We play like a bunch of heroes, as you can see. Essentially how it works is this is a 1-card Beatrice. You go Foolish. The Shadow Mist effect allows you to add a Malicious. And then Vion has another effect where you can banish a hero from your grave to add Polymerization. So you use Poly, the Vion, and the Destiny Hero Malicious to either make Destiny Hero Dangerous, which is level 6, or Garura, because they're the same type, same attribute. And then you banish Mali, summon the other Mali, and overlay for Beatrice. So it's really, really cool. And then this card allows you to special summon it back in the graveyard when you have a Destiny Hero in your grave, and then it puts back Mali, so you can use it again. So you can either hard make Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer using Poly, or you can make IP Masquerena, or like a Dark or something. And then the reason you play this is because you play Fusion Destiny, so you have to have a baby guy in your deck to send out Fusion Destiny. It's really important. And then for non-engine, just play 3 Gamasuo. It's like the 1-card answer to things like a Rise Heart, which the deck can't really play through. Also, it's an Aqua for Kaleido Heart, which is very important because it's very hard to make that now that the tiers are at 1. And then spell cards, you play 3 Pearl Rhino and the field spell, obviously, and then the other tier card is just 1 Scream. This deck is really different than conventional tier decks because you're not really like milling a bunch. You're trying to just use the 1-card combos and then use cards like this to actually just search. So this is like Kaleido Heart. You just search Thumb Scream to search your traps. You don't really want to mill because this card just does nothing in a caster format where people are just playing a Rise Heart, right? You don't want to see in your hand. So it's just there for the search. And then 3 Fusion Destiny. This card's really, really cool. Also, it's somewhat of a starter because you don't have to make DPE. You could just use this to dump Malicious and Shadow Mist. And then Shadow Mist allows you to add Vion, your normal Vion, and you can still like do your plays. And then at the end, you can poly for DPE, so you still have some other monsters. So it's really, really cool. And DPE is just pretty good in a mid-range format. 2 polys because you need something to search off of Vion, and then the other one you need to get off of the King of the Swamp. So that's why you play 2. It's also a very good extender. Make Guardian Chimera, for example. Foolish Burial, just self-explanatory. You can search Shadow Mist, dump Shadow Mist and start your hero plays, or you can dump like an Agito or something, but more than often than not, you search Shadow Mist. 3 Dark Rulers, so this is non-engine. I just felt like it's the highest impact. A lot of people are just making double Rise Pass now, so this is one thing that deals with it. It plays in a Lance, but you can't really play around everything. So, and then 2 Talents is just generic. You get to draw cards, you get to rip cards out of their hand, or you get to steal something. And then into Shifter, at least into Shifter, you can look at your opponent's hand and try and pick it apart. And then Traps, Meta Noise for cash, and then Suliak you have to play 2 because you mill so much. Trip Karma, so this is a really cool card that you can send off of Beatrice, allowing you to add either the field spell or any of these traps or Scream. So Beatrice is like Kick Howls on crack because you can add the field spell as well. Also, you can discard this out of your hand with Dangerous as a cost, and then you can search, so it's not really brick. And then the one funny card I played is Mirror Force. So I'm doing this one thing where I want to play troll cards for all the events going forward now. So this event we played Mirror Force. Next event, I don't know, maybe we'll play Cyberjar or something. I would encourage other players to do this too at like regionals and events because it's fun. I don't know, maybe people can put like a bounty on like being able to resolve a card at a tournament or something and, you know, make it exciting, right? So I just thought that was really funny. And yeah, 41 cards because that card was the 41st. And then side deck, just playing these cards. So 2 Cyclone Harpies for removal, back row. 3 Ash just for branded mainly, branded fusion. Decided to play 2 Magnemite and Druisform instead of Ghost Spell because this card is level 6, so you can make Beatrice a lot easier. Also, being able to get a body on board and then searching Druisform is really good in the certain matchups, like even against Sprite, just having the 2 bodies is decent throughout their board. And then against Mathmech, it still hits the same things that, like a lot of other guys are light, so it's like similar to Bell. And then against Bystials, it's just like really insane. So that's why I put that. And then 2 Nibiru's, just because against Kashtira, like you can't side something that covers everything, so you have to side multiple cards that kind of covers everything they do, and this card kind of fills that void. And then the 2 Shufflers, just for anything non-cash, still really good. Fankertops, really good. And then this card just primed because you have to play around evenly matched. This deck really suffers against evenly. So being able to search this game 2 and 3 by sending your Scream off of the field spell to pop Kaleido, and then setting it allows you to have some protection against that. And then extra deck, just a bunch of one-offs. Mud Dragon, Rukalos, Grapha with King of the Swamp. Garuda is really, really good with the play with the Vion. You get to draw a card. Garden Chimera also very good. Drago Stapila, one of your generic ones that you can go into. And then Kaleido Heart. And then Destiny Hero Dangerous is insane. So the effect is you can discard a card as a cost to Foolish a D-Hero monster from your deck, and then all D-Heroes you control gain 200 for each D-Hero in your graveyard at that moment. But more importantly, you can discard a lot of things like Yugioh, you can discard Kelbeck to start milling 5, you can discard the Trip Karma and then search, and then you're able to dump Mally, banish Mally, and then overlay for Beatrice. So it's very, very powerful in that aspect. You can also send your other Destiny heroes, so like Celestial or the Denier, to start like making extenders or like follow-up play. And then Phoenix Enforcer, that's like one of the best Destiny heroes, and it's also very, very good when you have like Kaleido out on board, because you can use the effect to pop your own Kaleido, and the Kaleido comes back and you send a card and you bounce a card, right? So just a lot of utility. You can bounce, you can pop your own Screams, pop your own Traps, pop your own Tears. Just very, very nice card to have. It's a little unfortunate because they can use Mind Hacker to banish it by swinging over something, because Mind Hacker has another effect in the battle phase, but not a lot of people know that. And then we play Dark, Sprint, and IP Masquerena. So if you end your play and you have Denier in grave, you can summon back Denier, put back the Mally, banish Mally, summon it, and then use 2 to make Sprint or Masquerena, and then on their turn you can use Masquerena to make Sprint to send Merly. So that's kind of cool. And then just generic XYZs is Redoer, insane card, Beatrice obviously, and then Zeus. So that's about it. And then I guess we can show you guys really quick the combo. That's cool. So what you do is you go summon Vion effect, you Foolish the Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist effect allows you to add Mally, and then you can banish the Shadow Mist with Vion's effect to activate Poly, and then you Poly these 2. So it depends on where your hand is. Generally, you can go into Garura, or if you actually want the Destiny Hero Denier in the grave as an extender, or if you have something you want to discard, like a Trip Karma, you would go into Dangerous, and then you can banish the Mally to summon the other Mally from deck, and then overlay it to Beatrice. And then from there, you can just send anything, or you can like use Sharon in your hand, and then if you hit a name, you can send the King of the Swamp, or you can send a Miller to mill 5, or just like search field spell. So it's generically, it's really, really good. This is all off one card, and you can get a draw if you have Garura as well. If you send like a Denier, you can continue playing. So it's really, really cool. Definitely, guys, check this deck out after the ban list when a Rise card gets hit, because it's really, really, really powerful. And then really quickly, shout out to Marcus Sue, MJS Collectibles, for lending me a lot of the cards, the hero stuff, because I couldn't find them anywhere. Shout out to my team, Sunny Hobbies, a great store, and then shout out to Cynthia as well, everyone that's helped me and sort of sponsored me for stuff. I really appreciate it. And shout out to Anthony Eckroth for building this deck. We tested it for the YCS LA, but it wasn't good enough. We ended up playing Kashtira because it's just like, you can't beat a Rise card. It's really a lot of fun. I think it can definitely do well at Regionals. Made a lot of misplays, but I think the deck is really a lot of fun, so definitely check it out. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.